My name's Koki Chiba. I've been working at this production company for about 2 years now. We're working with an anime game company now and trying to come up with some new products.
Hey, that sample of the new project you created just arrived.
Oh wow, that's awesome! To see stuff that you yourself made up is really incredible. So glad I stuck with this. It was all because of your support, Midori-san. I could never have done it without you.
Don't thank me. You worked hard on it. You deserve this.
Midori-san is my senior. When I first joined the company 2 years ago, she really helped me out. Because of her support, I was able to succeed so far.
The way you put your heart and soul into this project was quite impressive. I knew something good would come out of it.
Yes, I really love this anime. This character, her parents are divorced and they have this hard life. Kinda reminded me of my own life. I was really able to relate.
Oh yeah? I had no idea about your personal life.
Yes, but there was no fight or that one of them had an affair or anything shady like that. The whole divorce was quite amicable. I currently live with my mom and I have an okay relationship with my dad.
That character is kinda like you in that sense.
Yes, I suppose so. Amicable, huh? Divorce doesn't end amicably. There must have been something. Mr. Nikumi, I was just saying, if there was no animosity at all, and as you say, they separated amicably, what was the real reason then? Well, they were both busy, especially my dad. There were times that he wouldn't even come home. Actually, he was never home. So my mom figured that it seemed weird to just go on living as husband and wife, so... Actually, that sounds just like your mom got tired of the guy and just dumped him. Yes, well, it may seem that way to an outsider, but...
Sorry to butt in, Mr. Nikumi. He said his folks divorced amicably, so why not leave it at that? Sounds good to me, and besides, this is personal. Our opinions don't really matter, right?
Yeah, just saying. Oh, by the way, have you got all the documents ready for the next project? And please, no more of those dumb project ideas. I'm sick of wading through those. Yes, sir.
Boy, Mr. Ikumi is always like that. I wish he would stop being such a jerk.
Oh, hey, Midori-san. Thanks for the backup.
Forget it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. I've known Mr. Nikumi ever since we joined the company together straight out of college. He's never heedful in what he says, so don't ponder on what he just said. He's like that with everyone.
Yeah, right. Thanks. My parents got divorced when I was still in elementary school. It was decided that I would live with my mom. I wasn't really affected by it. I was neither sad nor happy about it. Besides, my dad was always busy and he was hardly ever home. Being with my mom all the time was the norm. My dad also paid for child support. Never missed a payment. If I wanted something, he would order it and have it sent to me. Although he wasn't there because he was so busy, we kept in regular contact. The situation was not all that different from before they separated. I respected how they both put efforts into their work, and I accepted the fact that they preferred we live like this. I don't know how strangers feel about it, but our family were in complete agreement with this arrangement. So although they were divorced, there was no negative feelings overall. I wasn't concerned about what Mr. Nikumi said because Midori-san backed me up, but since then he always brings up the fact that I don't have a father. Hey there, Chiba. Did you work out the schedule of the next project? When are we gonna get the next shipment of goods in? What's the date of the new release? Are you really thinking this through? Can't have you screwing up on this project. Yes, I'm in contact with both the sales and development departments, and we're trying to work out the best time schedule. You better hurry up, man! These games go fast. Once they lose popularity, they don't sell. It's all in the timing. You better get on the ball. Is it because you were brought up by your mom and not by a father who would have taught you some discipline? Yeah, I bet that's it. You gotta pick up the pace, man. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. What's the frown, for Pete's sake? This is your project. Take a little responsibility for it. If you want this project to succeed, you have to be on the ball. Oh, Christ. I'm completely on Mr. Nikumi's hit list, that's for sure. I actually know what promoted this. Both my project this year were approved, but all of Mr. Nikumi's were rejected. I think he's just getting back at me. I got way more talent than you! I can't understand why your boring projects get approved! Huh. I really couldn't tell you. Ever since then, he would always chide me about the fact that I was brought up by a divorced mother. Mr. Nikumi, here are the documents that you were asking about. Yeah, well, I asked you to have them ready by noon sharp. It's 10 minutes past. Yes, well, you sent me to the sales department to get those files. So that took some time and... Hold on a second. Are you saying that it's my fault? Man, this is why one-parent home is bad news. Yes, right. I'm sorry. Did I catch a hit of irritation in your voice? You hand this in late and now you're annoyed? Seriously? Man, the nerve! That's why we need two-parent homes. What a jerk! This guy pisses me off! And I get angry here and he wins.
Excuse me, I couldn't help but overhear. Your method of discipline is completely wrong.
Midori-san.
It was you who asked him to go to the sales department at the last minute. There were others who could have gone. You purposefully made him do that so he'd be 10 minutes late. It's clearly obvious. So it seems absurd that you would reprimand him for what you caused.
All I'm saying is he should have told me in advance he was gonna be late.
Let's start with whether that document was really necessary by 12 o'clock sharp.
I'm too busy to be playing your silly games with you. Get back to work, would ya? Thanks so much, Midori-san.
Forget it. Let's go and grab some lunch, why don't we?
Whenever Mr. Nikumi starts in on me, Midori-san steps in and saves the day. She gives the guy a good counterstatement.
He's such a sore loser. Just because his projects get rejected, no need to take it out on you. So silly. The way he picks on you and makes you do all that extra work, just watching him makes me furious.
I wonder how long this is gonna last. If even one of his projects gets accepted, well, then maybe the situation will change. I don't know.
You saw his project ideas. Do you really think that stuff will be accepted?
Well, to be honest, no, I doubt it would pass.
Yeah, right? It's not all about ideas. Ideas are a dime a dozen. You have to research what the customer wants and talk with the partner companies and work out an effective rollout campaign. That's what you're good at. You create easy to understand outlines on new projects, details our clients can easily understand. Mr. Nikumi just doesn't have that skill. Things may be tough now, but don't give up. You have what it takes to succeed. I know you'll surpass Mr. Nikumi in the near future.
Thanks so much, Midori-san. She would ask me out to lunch and sometimes go out drinking after work. She would always listen to all my grievances and give me advice. So when Mr. Nikumi starts with his "you don't got a dad" BS, well, it doesn't faze me at all. Then one day, Midori-san made a blunder. She forgot to relay an important message to Mr. Nikumi concerning a client. "You really did it this time, Midori. Because of your mistake, the whole project schedule has to be put on hold. This could mean that a rival company may release the new products before us. How are you gonna make up for this? I honestly don't know."
I'm very sorry. There's no excuse for my error.
To be honest, the ideas we recently put out aren't that great. Our rivals have come up with the same old tired ideas. So the only course we have left is to get it out as soon as possible. Get it? But now that advantage went down the drain. We released this product after our rivals, and we'll be accused of copying them. This is your responsibility. Well, anyways, I think it's the end of this project.
Well...
Damn that guy! Midori-san would always stick up for me, so he was resentful towards her. He was waiting for a chance to get back at her, and now he found it. Midori-san, are you okay?
No, I'm actually not that great. I really screwed up. But anyways, this is no time to be sulking, right? I better start my apology blitz and work out a new schedule.
I'll go with you.
No, you really shouldn't. It would look like you were to blame too. You worked hard to build a good reputation. No need to ruin it helping me.
I don't care about that. You would always help me when I'm in a bind. Now it's my turn to help you.
Thanks so much, Kuki.
I accompanied Midori-san to the client's office and apologized for the mishap in communication that caused the work stoppage. We discussed ways to reschedule and get the project back on track. They were all saying that perhaps this project was dead in the water, but things had not progressed to such an extent that it had to be completely terminated. There was a good chance that things could continue to move in the right direction. What probably saved it was the quick response we took. As a result of our efforts in remedying the dire situation, things got back on track and we were praised by the staff for turning things around. Well, as expected, Mr. Nikumi wasn't too happy about the positive outcome and started kicking up a fuss. "Sir, I went to the trouble of going to the client's office and apologizing on their behalf. The reason why this project was saved was because of my tireless efforts." That wasn't a complete lie. I did call them right away, but they were furious and hung up on me. But the fact remains that I was the one who called first. "So, does that mean that you saved this important project from going belly up? Is that what you're saying?" "Yes, that's right! And if you would include that fact in the next board meeting, I would be eternally grateful." "I see. If that's true, good job. Mr. Nikumi."
Please, hold on 1 second, boss. This project was saved because of Mr. Chiba's efforts, sir. When we went to the client's office, they were still absolutely furious and almost turned us away. But it was Mr. Chiba who calmed things down and eventually revived this entire project. If it wasn't for Mr. Chiba, I would never have convinced them otherwise. He saved this project, not Mr. Nikumi.
I see. So it was Mr. Chiba that convinced them, huh? Oh, and there's another thing, boss. It's about Mr. Chiba. What about him, Nikumi? I feel Chiba is incompetent. He just won't work as a team. I recommend that you take him off the project.
Are you kidding me? How could you say such a thing?
That guy doesn't have a father. Did you know that? That kind of person is selfish and not a team player. He's got a lot of issues because his parents divorced when he was a kid. Some worrisome shortcomings. I have to say, if such issues disrupt our project team, it would cause trouble down the line. Just saying, sir.
Why do you keep bringing up the fact that his mom brought him up? I mean, what's that got to do with anything? He's a talented and skilled employee. It has nothing to do with how he was brought up.
This employee, Chiba. Do you mean Kokei Chiba?
Mr. Shirakawa, the CEO of our parents' company? But why?
Huh? You're Mr. Nikumi, is that right?
I overheard all that was said. So what was this you were saying about my son? Is there something wrong with his being brought up by his mother? Wait. Did you just say your son, sir? Koki.
Huh? Dad, what are you doing here?
Yeah, well, I'm here for a meeting and I got this urge to see you is all.
Oh, yeah? Awesome! It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it sure has been a long time.
Mr. Nikumi, did you need something?
Hey, Chiba. Is it true that your dad is the president of the firm that owns this company?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
I heard you've been getting chided for being brought up by your mother, a no-father hoe. I just overheard your boss talking about just that a few minutes ago. I was shocked, to be honest. This is my fault. It was all because your mother and I separated. Please forgive me, son, for putting you through this.
Dad, please, don't apologize.
You really should have come to me, son. I would have done anything for you.
I didn't want to worry you, Dad. I know you're busy.
You got something to say to my son, Mr. Nikumi? Like apologize to him for all you said?
Yes, of course.
Hey, Chiba. Mr. Chiba. Sorry for all that happened.
Mr. Nikumi, are you apologizing to me because my father told you to?
No. I was just...
Anyway, please refrain from judging people because of how they were brought up, whether it be by one parent or two, or any other kind of derogatory remark. Not only to me, but towards the entire staff. If you keep your promise, then I'm willing to forget all that happened.
Yes, of course. I will never make derogatory remarks. Ever. I promise.
Well, as expected, Mr. Nikumi never got on my case after that. But with that, word got around and everyone now knew I was the son of our parent company's CEO. After that, people started saying hello to me more often. Even people from other sections.
Hey, Koki. Seems you're very popular with the girls lately. Aren't you going to go out with someone soon? You really have a lot to choose from.
Nah. Everyone just wants to get to know me because my dad is a big shot. Anyway, if I'm gonna go out with someone, I want to go out with someone I'll fall in love with and vice versa.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Same here. You don't have to answer if you don't want, but can I ask you something?
Sure, fire away.
Are you going to take over your dad's position one day?
I don't know about that. My folks are and probably will remain separated, but I am his only son and he does want me to take over someday. My mom is all for it too. But to be honest, I'm a little indecisive about the whole thing. That's because this job I'm doing now is so fun.
That's great. Does that mean I get to continue working with you?
You bet! But when I do eventually go on to the parent company, I sure would like it if you'd come with me.
Pardon me?
Remember I said if I felt in love with someone? Well, actually, there is someone that I have tremendous affection for. You've always had my back. Midori, you never once backed away from supporting me. I think I'm in love with you, Midori.
Huh? I feel the same way. I love you too, but I made this huge mistake at work. Do I even have the right to be with you? I'm not in the same league as you.
I wouldn't even call that a mistake. As a matter of fact, I had numerous more mistakes than you. You just don't know about them. If you had known, I'm sure you would have backed me up unconditionally. I hope I can continue to get your support. If you're ever again in trouble, I'll be there to protect you. You can be sure of that, Midori.
I'm counting on you, Koki.
After my parents were divorced, I always wondered if I was jinxed. And maybe I would never get married. Or if I did, would I just get separated like them? but I know a lot of couples that got married and still continue to love each other. I've always admired people like that. Maybe I admire them because my folks didn't stay together. I don't know what will happen to us, but I have a feeling we'll be together for a long time to come. I'm still with the project team at this company, but next year, Midori and I plan to transfer to the parent company. I've already told my parents about our relationship, and they've given us their blessings.
To chide someone about their personal family matters is rude and disrespectful. There are all kinds of families out there. If that person is content with that life, I think nobody has the right to find fault. I hope Kokei and Midori lead a happy and fruitful life. How did you like today's story? See you again!
Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Make sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.